We live now. Hello, everybody. This is Abstruse 13. And right here with me is my brother Kwame from the African People Revolutionary Party. And so it's not that kind of party, but we Gucci over here. Our topic for tonight is how to have a marketplace without exploitation. First subtopic, how the
Yes.
capitalism exploits the proletariat. Go ahead, brother. Take the rock.
Well, capitalism exploits the working class man by just insulting them by paying them a minimum little wage that has them going from paycheck to paycheck so they can't really survive or thrive and move above that class, especially
Absolutely.
in this capitalism system. They look for slaves. It's the modern day slavery because if they really wanted people to achieve things, they will pay them a decent salary, a decent wage. For example, some countries, people are only being paid, well, they're being paid underneath the cost of living, but it seems like they're being paid, uh, what do we call it, a minimum wage? But the minimum wage does not equal up to the cost of living. So there's certain countries like only $5 is the minimum wage, and that's all over the country. And people are starving. They either have to commit crimes, they either have to do things with their body that they're not supposed to do things with their body. And yeah, capitalism is very exploitative to the masses. That's not in that class level.
Absolutely.
So
I
yeah.
completely agree with you. Now, okay. So I think COVID was the perfect example of, yes, sell that tail, right? OnlyFans, right? I was gonna mention that, but thank you for bringing that up, Anais. I think that's what you were going towards, because me and my sis be right here with it. And so, yeah, COVID was a perfect example of how exploitative capitalism really is. You saw the billionaires got to become super billionaires after COVID. Like
Huh.
their wealth
Yes.
went exponentially. And then
One's
everybody
going to
else.
space right now. One's going to space right now.
Right?
Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry. I just had to throw that in
Hey,
there.
what is that one poem? Whitey's on the moon, right?
Yes, yes, right.
um,
What is on the moon? Mhm.
so it was actually pretty interesting to see um, just how exploitative everything was. And so I think to keep the people from complaining too much, they gave us those stimulus checks. They gave us the stimulus checks because they all sold us. Like every single person in the whole yeah, Amazon blew up. We had to stay in the house. Zoom blew up. There's a whole lot of people who blew up who don't like companies who blew up who don't even like contribute to our taxes, and so you know that's why I think they gave us those stimulus checks because they were
Yes.
covering their tracks. So we couldn't be too upset. Here's your funky little $2,000, even though we split it up from like 600. You know, so
Yeah, but now you talk about those stimulus. They waited a whole year after the pandemic to give you a stimulus.
right.
So
Oh my God.
what is that's not a stimulus. That's a you trying to catch up. What is $2,000 over a year not paying your bills?
Everything blew up except my DMs. Hey, you right about that.
Hey, maybe you have to show a little leg, girl. Just kidding.
No. And I
Oh,
Man,
okay, okay.
but yeah, I know you're
Oh,
kidding.
well, don't show no leg. Oops.
And so,
Everything's all
what I find very interesting is that the essential workers, the so-called essential
right.
workers that we value and helped us get through the pandemic, they were called essential, but the marketplace doesn't treat them as essential. They're paid
Yo,
$3 above minimum wage, most of them,
yeah,
maybe
I
less.
don't want to talk about it.
They're out.
That's a tough subject for me because we didn't get no incentive. We got like 1 day, okay,
Hmm.
and we didn't. The union, which backed Joe Biden,
Hmm.
they didn't have hazard pay. So while some other people were getting hazard pay, these essential workers that I work with were not getting hazard pay, and they were not getting any extra pay during the pandemic. So they
Right.
basically got F. Yes. I was just
Right.
giving you an example of what you were saying. Yes, this is
I'm listening. I'm here. You're the essential worker, right? So,
some
um,
sometimes I'm essential to the revolution.
hey,
Go ahead.
absolutely, absolutely. And so, yeah, definitely with what I was talking about with the essential workers, right? It's funny because during any other time during our economy, they call the essential workers unskilled labor, right? And they talked a whole lot of bullshit. The
Wow.
educated bourgeois who are like, "Oh my god, they need to get a trade or blah blah blah." And it's like now that it's a pandemic and you need your shelves stocked. You know what I mean? Especially when that toilet paper ran out. Now you're not talking that shit. Now they're essential. And so
I know, right? You wanted somebody to bring that groceries out to your car because you're scared of going to the store, right?
right, because you scared to
That's
go with,
essential.
whatever the pandemic got going. So, um when I see how the system was flipped on its back, for over a year, dang, it's still like going on too, according to them. So
Jeez.
yeah, they're saying, oh, it's unvaccinated
Still
people
going on.
keeping it going. And I'm like,
Oh, did you
vaccinated?
see that? Wait a
I'm
minute.
not
Did you
sure.
see CNN? No, 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 not even CNN. There's this guy. I don't know what the fuck it is. Michael Rapage or whatever the fuck his name is. He came out with some shitty fucking Instagram post. I'm about to repost it, talking about, oh, there's a pandemic of unvaccinated people. You're the pandemic. You're the what? No fool. What she say?
Oh, Anais was talking about the economy, flipped on its back and took advantage of. Girl.
Yeah, stock market's not doing that good either.
Oh man, crypto's not doing good. Like everything is in the hole. Like, man, I'm telling you. Um,
They're gonna
and
go to
so
war, I tell you.
I'm t- I, I think this is only the beginning. You know what I'm saying? Like, you
Yeah,
gotta.
because this has to do with your subject. Go ahead. Go ahead. Finish saying what you're saying.
I didn't want to say the R word. I know. I got the gist of it right away, and thank you though. Um,
So
I definitely feel like the outcome of the economy just showed how much we value unskilled labor. Those people that get paid crappy and we don't care about because they didn't get some piece of paper and waste their time socializing in school. Yeah.
Mm,
We,
yeah.
you know,
Yeah,
and I even saw an ad for a couple of gas station attendants with a $500 bonus. I
wow.
was like,
For,
right.
for gas
Nobody wants to
station?
work. That's the point. Nobody wants to work
Mm,
anymore because I think people are kind of waking up to the point where they're realizing that it's not that important anymore. It's not that serious to not like a lot of people are quitting their jobs too at a record number because they're like, well, I want to work from home. I don't want to be in a building. Why do I need to be in a building? You
I
just proved to me that
know,
I can
right?
work from home. I want the convenience of being at home.
Definitely.
And, you know,
Definitely.
they're like, no, you need to go back to the building. And it's like, psst, yeah,
Nobody wants to go back to the building.
no, not
Yeah,
you prove do it from home. No, I don't want to. No, I don't want to go back to a building.
no. But so this is what happens. They're gonna mess up once. Oh, sorry. Once their markets and all that stuff is done, they're going to go to war so they could create more money for their system. This is what they be
Right.
doing, you know. Yeah, so we got to watch out for the next thing that's going to happen. And it's crazy how capitalism would exploit war to make money, you know.
A lot of yes, you are right, Anais. A lot of Black people started businesses, but it's like very niche stuff that is geared towards Black people, like T-shirts that have Black
Yes.
messages, like hair products. I know I only buy my hair products from people like that,
Hello.
and so, all right, Kwame, I see you in a little bit. Um, Basically, when you look at it from that standpoint, yes, a lot of people started businesses, but at the same time, um, you know, a lot of people might go to jail for those PPP loans that they didn't make $10,000 prior to the pandemic for. So
Yeah, who you telling? They're definitely going to try to send some people over. But it's crazy how they create the problem, then they're creating. Well, they know people are going to exploit that problem, and after they exploit that problem, they want to feed their prison um, machine because
right,
that's where they make a lot of money too. They get free labor there. Hmm? Who works
absolutely,
for 20? Not even 20. It's like 5 cents or 10 cents. Who does
right.
that?
That's
Yeah,
slave
but
wages, literally,
slave. I'm telling you,
right.
it's terrible.
Oh, don't get me started because I had a family member who was in prison, and like he when he told me a roll of paper cost him $4, I was like, get out of here. I looked on that website; it was $4 freaking per roll of toilet paper,
Oh,
making less
four
than $1 an hour.
dollars. That is crazy.
Right,
Oh, how much she's making?
less than $1 per hour. Your mic is muted.
Wow, less than $1 an hour. That's ludicrous. Like, um, who you're paying with that? And the question is like, why would you lock people up and then be like, oh, we're gonna pay you $1, but after that, we want to release you in the street. And so, okay, they will release them with what money? $35? Because by the
Right,
time they're done in prison, they only probably got 25. They might give them $150 stipend, but that's not getting anybody nowhere at all.
right, absolutely. Um, So, Kwame, I want to move on to the next topic, which is creative solutions to a marketplace with exploitation. So I want to hear some of your ideas. What you think, why you think um, socialism, communism, leftism is a good counter to capitalism. Would love to hear that from you.
But so it's a good counter because it distributes wealth and land and all this materialistic stuff that gives people wealth to the masses of the people equally. And all the businesses are owned by the government, or yeah, the government, which is actually not the government that you know, people, not that government, a elected few that it has the interests of the people at hand, and not only the ones that have the interests of the people at hand, the ones that have the interests of everybody, not just the people that help the party, even the people that don't want to help the party. Everybody has to have equal interests because we're all in the same boat. We are all in the same boat. We Africans
Absolutely.
are in the same boat. I posted something today, and it says the people that control Africa controls the world,
Right.
and I believe that. I really believe that. So if we Africans, we all got together,
Hmm.
we helped Africa, we shared the wealth, we distribute the wealth to every family that is,
Absolutely.
we will be better in society and we will have a better hold on the world.
Absolutely. And so I think, good evening, comrade. Looks like we got a Russian brother, fellow comrade in the building. Thank you so much for joining our live. We were just talking about how exploitative the capitalism has been. We are both from the United States, and so um, what we're looking to talk about are creative solutions to that. And, in our opinion, socialism or communism, leftism in general, is a good counter to that because then, you know, we could redistribute the wealth. And not only redistribute the wealth, we could also make it more equitable for everyone to get what they need. um, we are proponents of breaking down that system of exploitation to where people won't have low wages and they will have a social safety net. Actually, I
Mm.
apologize for assuming that you're a Russian, comrade. He's of Yugoslav descent. Okay. I apologize, comrade. But yes, we definitely we've seen during this pandemic how
Mm.
exactly it has
Vulnerable,
affected everyone. What were you saying, Kwame?
how vulnerable capitalism is and how their system is because they
Absolutely.
depend on the system that's going to fail. That's why they have to
Right.
pump so much money, fake money, back into yeah. Go ahead.
Well, the rich got richer and the poor got poorer, right?
Yeah,
That
yeah,
that's exactly what
exactly.
happened. Right. So with communism, their social safety net is and communism and socialism, there's no room for homelessness. There's no room for starvation because there are resources for everyone. And
Hmm.
you know, a lot of people like to point out the negative aspects of communism, but it's all capitalistic propaganda to talk about.
Propaganda.
Right, right, exactly. And so for me, a creative solution to a marketplace with exploitation would be deconstructing that marketplace.
Yes. Yeah, we have
Start
to
from
destroy the
scratch.
whole system. Yep,
Right,
that's
right,
true. That's what
right.
Lennon said. Yeah,
Dismantling
anything.
globalism for sure. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, anything that's like still intact fully, and that's not distributing well to the masses instead of just that few, has to go. If it's not doing what it's supposed to, which is right through the systems that we create. So if if we have like a mill that's making flour, that flour should be going to the people for a very discounted price, and whatever we sell, that profit should be spread out towards the people that work
Absolutely.
there and the country to improve the country, you
Right.
know, and people got it backwards. For
I think.
okay, instant in the United States.
Mhm.
Go ahead.
No, I'm listening. I'm listening. People in the United States. Continue.
Yeah, people. No, for instance, people like in the United States, those big companies, like you said earlier. I'm just taking from you. That's all. We're just rehashing here.
Yeah.
Um, that don't pay taxes. That's a big part of what they should be doing to keep up infrastructure. You know, and they keep talking about we need to put trillions of dollars into infrastructure from our tax dollars. We
Right.
pay them taxes, and them other companies are the ones that's using them trucks to break up the roads.
Absolutely.
We don't have big trucks.
Right.
Go
Absolutely.
ahead.
You are absolutely right. And so, like, in the same vein that you were saying, I definitely think that we should consider imposing luxury taxes on people to transition them into uh,
Socialism.
redistributing the wealth. Like there should be certain
Oh,
things
okay.
that you get taxed heavily on.
Oh
Um,
yeah, like cars. Hell yeah,
yeah,
cars. Anything
if
that's stupid that you
mhm,
don't need. Yes. Yeah. You want to
absolutely.
go buy some dumb Maserati? Yeah. You should be paying $500,000 in excise. This is
NIEs. I would.
ridiculous.
First of all, I want to address NIE's first comment. Decolonization, absolutely, 100% on the continent. Decolonization actually would be a great idea. Um, and then she said, "Let's take care of ourselves." Let's. I would like you to expand on that, Anais. We only have 2 minutes left, so within that 2 minutes, if you expand on that, I would love to do that. I am a proponent of uh, interdependence, and so being an independent country, but having interdependence within your country. And so,
Hmm.
for me, I would like that all of my family and everyone in my country is my family. Everyone, in Africa is my family. All my comrades are my comrades. And so I want a social safety net that only lets you fall but so far. It's like if you see a circus act and someone is high, you know, on a trapeze
Yes, I
or
know what you mean. I know what you mean.
I'm
Yeah, that
especially
safety
young
net right there,
people.
so they
I
don't hit the
know you
floor. I'm sorry. No, I know, I know. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead, brother. You got a minute.
No, tell them about your safety net. Go ahead.
Yes, and so the safety net is there. Have our own Black and Brown communities. I agree with you. I agree with you, sis. Um, and I believe in doing it for ourselves, but I also do believe that we have a responsibility to each other to make sure that extreme poverty doesn't mean isn't a death sentence. Um, absolutely, yeah. That's That's part of the marketplace. Absolutely. Um, and man, that's our 25 minutes. That went by fast. I would love to expand on that, but we'll have to do it some other time. Thank you guys so much for joining. We have a time limit, so we're trying to stay within it. And you guys have a wonderful rest of your night. I'm going to give you a call, brother. Okay. Peace.